Brenda. The sun splashes the sky. I lie on a green bush in a white gown, then rise to dance on the lawn. The household watches. It is better than prayers. "Oh, Brenda," breathes mother. But father's eye fills with contempt. Openly he examines his buttons, lets them move about in the sun to dazzle the housemaids. A son who calls himself Brenda and wants to dance about in front of the servants. Too much. Right, everybody, into the hall for prayers. While they pray, I dance. Brenda, in my white gown in the sun, risen from a green bush. Mostly tins. I strolled towards the woman, breathing heavily. She hit me with a bag full of shopping, mostly tins. Lying stunned, I heard her talk. "Get the bubbles out the clay," in a voice so gentle I was content to be where I was. The bus came and went. 2 dings on the bell, a friendly yellow light, and I lay humming "Caw the Yows," a Scottish air. A balmy evening, the big green trees sighing, and insects making their way quietly along to examine the blood. Bad eye. He bent over and worshipped his god, which that week was a lump of sandstone, 9 by 6 by 4, the colour of putty. "Why that one?" asked his common-law wife with asperity, sitting on the shore giving suck to their darling. "Because, dear," he replied, "this one is a god, and the others aren't." His kind, patient voice brought bile, unbidden, to her tongue. She laid the infant on the stones, returned her breast, and started to curse. "They're all gods," she screamed. "You've got to worship the whole bloody lot." And raising the thermos, threw it at the sea, but missed, because of her bad eye. I need nothing, I've everything I need. I walk along the dusty road, a doughnut in my hand. The sun is round and yellow, and it shines upon my feet. I've walked 100 yards, and I'm not the least bit tired. I need nothing, I've everything I need. I walk along the dusty road, a doughnut in my hand. The cloud is white upon the sky, as white as a woman's skin. I've walked another 100 yards, and I'm not the least bit tired. I need nothing, I've everything I need. I walk along the dusty road, a doughnut in my hand. I bumped into a dairy bush with cows on every twig. I squeezed myself a glass of milk, my thirst went up like smoke. I need nothing, I've everything I need. I walk along the dusty road, a doughnut in my hand. I stumbled by a sailor, was lying by the road. I kissed his lips and made him wince, and then I stumbled on. I need nothing, I've everything I need. I walk along the dusty road, a doughnut in my hand. I spied a silver coffin, the lid was open wide. I wrapped my shirt right round my leg and lay down flat inside. I need nothing, I've everything I need. I lie upon the coffin, a doughnut in my hand. Oh, black dog, sit sitting on the floor with an old black bone in his jaws. Gobble, 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 choo, 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 then he staggers out into the moon. First he chase a rabbit, then he catch a rat, and he lies down flat on his back. Gobble, 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 choo, 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 and he staggers back into the house. And he staggers back into the house. People run to the edge of countries and stop and look above the water. You can tell the edge by stones. Some are small like sand, some are big like pebbles. Then they usually sit down. Some on man-made cushions, the rest on newspaper, except for a few who don't care where they sit. Stones are so unique, people get bored by being unable to find two the same. And anyway, the differences are superficial, though the stones don't think so. In this way, stones are a bit like people, except they think more and say less and don't complain. God bless stones, and that includes pebbles and sand. Life in a Scotch Sitting Room, Volume 2, Episode 17. One Monday, I rose early and went through the 3 kitchen dresser drawers. In the one below the wireless set, I found Mother's old handbag. Blushing, for it was a sin, I unsnapped the clasp and peeked inside. The brown moire lining felt and smelt of a creature impossible to know. The purse held 2 pennies. A fortune. I ran to the school bookshop. For 1 penny I bought a ruler. Sharply marked, it had fan-shaped scratches on the back with exotic numbers like 60 and 70. They were degrees, but the only degrees I knew were M.A., which teachers had, and F.E.I.S., which Peter MacDougall, the headmaster, had, and which we all knew meant fattest elephant in Scotland. The other penny bought a white rubber you could chew. "Where were you?" asked Mother. "I was in a hurry to get to school to play," I choked, each word the flavour of sick. "Don't miss breakfast tomorrow," she murmured, preoccupied. The following morning I made straight for the handbag. To my astonishment, there were 5 pennies in the purse. Mother never used that bag anymore. A hardened criminal. I was 9. I ran to the sweetie shop and blew the lot. Honeycomb crunch which glued sweetness to the teeth, licorice straps, nail rods, sherbet suckers with 4 biscuits, ogo-pogo eyes, cough no more toffee, chuch balls, and a large caramel over which one could barely wrap the loops. Money appeared daily. Breakfast was not mentioned. I lived like a king, accepting the weary hour in the playground all alone, picking paint off the railings, cheeks like balloons. On Friday, Mother caught me. She never said a word, and I never touched her purse again. Life in a Scotch Sitting Room, Volume 2, Episode 18. I burned my jacket pocket lining just before tea. Not daring to sit down informally, I rubbed spit on it, joined the family, and watched Mother's nose. She served us, watching with stony satisfaction as bits of slightly chewed herring fell down our straining throats. Then she said, every, "Could you pass the bread, please?"
"Could you pass the butter, please?"
A pleasant affirmation of duty well done. I almost choked as she tilted her nose. "Something's burnt." Noses rose and sniffed. Heads moved about. "Maybe it's my herring, Mammy. There's a brown spot on its skin," whispered my sister, tender-heartedly, hopefully. "It's cloth," decided grandmother, a woman of experience. "Who's been playing with the matches?" asked mother, looking into the box and shaking the contents. I looked a hole through my plate. You could have boiled a kettle on my cheek. All the children were busy looking guilty. It was our custom. "Go to the wall." Mother spoke quietly, but we did not waste time. She and grandmother sniffed along the line, touching a hem or a trouser pocket. Grandmother stiffened before me, raised the jacket hem, and revealed my sin. "Your new jacket!" hissed mother, and fetched me a slap that banged my head against my kind sister's. I remember how soft and fragrant it felt through the blind pain. She clutched my fingers, digging her weak white nails in, and we stood as still and groggy as dolls. It was a quiet evening. Grandfather told us about Jonah. Me and my sister resolved to run away to Largs on the railway train and get swallowed together. We would take a whole box of matches each, and 6 inflammable collar stiffeners out of father's green stud box. Go and lie down, pussy. Lie on the mat, pussy, lie down, and I will turn on the hoover. Suck off the fleas before the crowd gets home, and then I'll blow out the fleas into the fish tank. Nothing gets wasted round here. Lie down, pussy, I'll get started right now. The goldfish is howling for her dinner. Where are my fleas, jumping little parasites? Pussy, lie on the mat before the crowd gets home. Women of the world, take over, because if you don't, the world will come to an end, and we haven't got long. Women of the world, take over, because if you don't, the world will come to an end, and we haven't got long. Men have had their shot, and look at where we've got. Women of the world, take over, because if you don't, the world will come to an end, and we haven't got long.
The wren. The wren hopped around the cat's tongue looking for the exit. Wait till I get back, she thought. I shall have a tale to relate.